Hello and welcome to Strictly Football. Today I've got Coach Daud and Reynold Ngwarati. Guys, of course, AFCON starting on Sunday, and we have to talk about our own Warriors. There are a bit of concerns in the public about how Zifa has handled this whole process. First of all, is the secrecy behind the Warriors camp. Let's start with you, Coach Daud. You would, as a coach, would you say that's the way to go to make sure that we don't have outside noises affecting the players and we're looking at tactics and no one actually knows what we're doing?
Which outside factors are we talking about?
Are there other teams that are probably playing against Zimbabwe, the likes of Angola, Egypt, and South Africa? I mean, if we've got the training sessions out in the open, they might know what we are planning on.
Football is not like that. When you train, you are training for your own success, not for your own failure. Even if they watch you train. As a coach, I'm not supposed to be worried about other teams' plans. Even if they send messengers to spy on us. What happens in the game is 95% of what the players think about what they want to do. They only implement maybe 5 to 10% of what we have trained or coached them. But to be honest with you, you cannot shut out your own people from having a say or watching the team train. The total blank out of the media and the Warriors supporters, it was not a call for great things. I believe that in each and every department, there's what is called an open training session meant for the nation to come and watch.
But you did get it, 15 minutes of an open training session.
My brother. 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yes. It's
of
enough.
The past maybe 16 days that these guys were in camp.
Yeah.
They've been training twice a day maybe. And then the media gets 15%. Who would say that was a great media coverage for the national team? The media needed to profile each and every player. They needed to profile each and every technical department staff. They needed to profile even the best local supporters that are supposed to go and accompany the national team. How do you drum support when you blank out everything for the fans?
Reynold, total shout out. And what Coach Daud is saying that most of the fans, most Zimbabweans probably don't know who is in camp. We don't feel like we were part of this.
Well, I think the moment yatinotanga kudaurwa imbwa takaviga mpini pane chimwe chinhu chatoda kuviga. So maybe it's about, social media has been on a rant about the players that were selected, and probably they didn't want us to see as the fans, and also, the media publicizes to the fans. So the fans probably will see that maybe the performance of this player in training is not up to scratch. So let us hide this behind the scenes. So maybe that is one of the things. But I'm sure in football there is nothing new in football. There are no new tactics that would say, maybe he wants to play zvidhori zvake zvakamira zvakadai so zvisati zvamboitika But in football there is nothing like that. All the tactics, they have been there before. They are still just being recycled. So I feel like the media really needed this because the media needed to make hype about the AFCON tournament. It's the Warriors, the national team. And we probably need to know what is happening with the Warriors team. We probably need to know also in camp. There may be injuries in camp. We need to know maybe someone got injured in camp. Maybe, and well, it all goes back to the selection
And that's
crisis.
another thing. It's our national team. It's not Zifa's national team.
The national
we
team.
We need to know who's in camp. I need to have. You know what? The one thing that I like about European football is that there's no barriers. Well, there is control as to, because you can't just have people just coming and documenting what's there. But if the media makes an appointment to say, we want to speak to the captain to see what the mood is like in camp, they get access to that. And if they want to speak to the star player to say how will he handle the pressure at AFCON, they'll have access to that. But Captain JJ Tagatron is interview now, coach.
Do you know what a captain represents? Actually, is more like an HR between the players and the technical department. But what Zifa has done is a total shame to football, especially to the media. The media drums up support for you. You know, on a certain day, you have to allow the media have a chance to speak to the players freely, so that they can sound out to the fans for them to support them. Now you want us to support them when we don't know who was in camp and what was happening.
We only got names.
The names, sometimes the names are there, but are they performing? Sometimes the media can build or break the player, to be honest with you. But at this time, it is the media that can build a team, that can rally a team, that can rally support for the team. This is a national team, this is a national cause. To be honest with you, if we look at the media, this is a very, very crucial role that they play, especially at major tournaments. If you look at South Africa, if you look at Egypt, if you look at Angola, if you look at even Nigeria, their media are always there. Each and every training session, they are there to make sure that they show people the support that we are there for the national team. The national team is there to represent us people who are standing behind, because it's more like going to the battle. If you go to the battle, everybody knows the formation that you want to use, doesn't it? There's been 1-4-4-2, 1-4-3-3, going on to the modernization of these formations nowadays. But if you look at football, as it was 15 or 20 years ago, it is still the same. It's
basically the same. It's minor tweaks here and there. And the purpose of a coach and a captain, is to read the play and adjust accordingly. That's his purpose. So I'm trying to find reasons as to why Zifa would have decided to do something like that. Maybe, like you said earlier on, that there were questions as to the team selection, and they didn't want that kind of critique to then enter and probably affect the players that were then chosen, because we know how we are. We are definitely going to say, it's like in the previous podcast, you were mentioning one player. You were mentioning one player. So you can imagine the coach now saying to himself, you know what, I don't want that. I want the guys to be totally focused on this and keep out the noise. But still, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should totally shut out the media. I mean, but talk to the captain and say, Captain, your role here is to protect whoever is in camp. Go and speak to the...
You know the challenge with Zifa? They lack experience in this field, to be honest with you. Whoever is leading the media coverage does not have the know-how and the capacity.
Well, this is Zifa. It's a whole organization.
This
Surely they would have...
not even organized it. It's a disorganization.
Doubts? This is a big organization. Surely they would have selected someone who is qualified.
Do you know what? Sometimes football, when you make your selection as a coach, favoritism iriko but musuo unotabhora 11 versus 11 hakuna makuwa ne favorite yako yaone player yako yaone ngokaisa baba bora rinyepe robra sezvariri kuti apa hapana chiri
hapana zviruzika aiwa but coach calls the people that fit into his system but not exactly the best players.
No, it's not about the
it's like
but kana akadana vanofita system yake show us that this is how they are performing.
Yes, so that
but mimi manje mune problem yekuzoti uyu aite akatamba kupi akazotamba 2 magame
achiperforma training, then we know kuti aiwa anoita system ya coach.
Yeah, ipapo man. But that's you know what? I don't want to shut you off completely, but there are a couple of things that are a bit questionable in terms of communication. Is number one, Zifa hasn't been proactive.
Yeah.
In terms of their communication with the fans.
Yeah.
Everything is more of reactive.
Yeah.
Munetsi has written this, right? Even the unveiling of the kit.
Yeah.
It's always we are now dealing with a situation, damage, limitation. It's never proactive with guys. What we're going to do, this is what we want to do, guys. They're going to have a closed session. The reason why they're having a closed session is this, and that, right? And we are going to give people limited because we don't want this and that to happen. Is the coach out? Wouldn't that have made more sense than having to say Munetsi angotaurawo zvaataura but handizvo takaudzwa kunzi ane injury Abubakar kunyepa kuti haana injury amenoti kwanga kuri kunyepa here ndava kusiri kunyepa.
Sometimes unoitika kubhora, especially the scenario yatinayo with this current leadership yeZifa. Communication between the two teams, the national team and the club that the player represents, is crucial. And it's not all about them, but the medical personnel who are attending to the players. And ndo vanopa report. Iwo paunosvika national team unenge watariswa nadoctor wako usvika national team wakutariswa nateam doctor wenational team ndiye anopa final say. But here we are having a situation yokuti a player like Munetsi obvanzi are 95% fit and he will be able to play at the African Cup of Nations. Imo matotaura kuti zviite
pamwe haasi kufita musystem.
It's not about fitting in the system. Who is our best player? Who's playing at the highest level?
Andoyetaurwa naBevan guy the best team ndeipi.
All right, he's playing at the highest level. You need that kind of a player. And then isusu totarisa all right. Inini pandiri papa no anatasa Munetsi yotasa chako chichi. We've lost the battle already. And
ndozvadaachitaura zvezvemazita
ayo mazita tomatsaura. There's nothing. This is our national team. This is our national team and we are concerned about it. And we want results.
And just to say, Coach Stout, Aubameyang won't be playing the first game for Gabon. Yeah, and you'll be playing another two matches. If we're saying that Munetsi was injured, let's say that 5% caused a bit of concern for the coach, right? Surely we would have said we'll rest you for Egypt. And then we'll
see later on.
We'll see later on if we can't use, but not to totally have no Munetsi in the team. Reynolds.
Kumoroko atorina Hakim Arufa managed by score. And that tells you a lot. Gubari Sutotsi. But he is drafted in the team. And this is the worst nation and one of the giants that we are looking at. Certainly, Zifa would have looked into issues like this. And, even if Munetsi can't play, just the motivation he brings around the guys. We have got some young lads who really need this mentorship from a player that is playing at the apex of football. And Munetsi is doing just that. And he was just needed in the dressing room. So, I don't know. But I feel like Zifa, like you mentioned, more reactionary than being proactive. We have got a PR problem there. And probably they need to look into this. Fix the communications. Because right now where we are going, well, it seems like we are heading 10 steps backwards than we are even moving forward.
The whole communication and the gap or the separation between the Warriors and the fans themselves kind of was shown when the Warriors departed for Morocco. Like that, I'm thinking that could have been because everyone wants to see their team and send them off and tell them no guys, we might not be able to go to Morocco, right?
But we are behind you.
We are behind you, right? And then of course the crowd was there, but it's not the crowd that we used to. You remember, Batakatanga qualifier Tunisia, what we were up to.
I remember in 2004, the departure yaitwa iri yamanheru. I was still playing football. I was still a player at Arrow United. the Northern Region Division 1. Do you know, even myself as a player, ndakada kuenda kunoti ndirekedza tiperekedze vamwe vedu, and it was night time. Do you know what the number yevanhu vanga vari ikoko was massive? Tons and loads of people sending off the team, and tanga titori murunway chaimo chaimo. The gates were opened. It has never happened before. But takatonzi pinda imurunway vanhu vachiimba vachisa. Do you know what, even those who were seeing us the players, they felt motivated. They felt the love of the nation. Do you know, when you see people like that, unonzwa kuti magoosebumps kuti vanhu vazondone here vanhu ava zvechokwadi tisi takuperekedzwa nevanhu here apa unzwa. Then we are having this 24 years later. Is that 21 years later?
21 years later.
And it, we were a national team. It went to a major tournament. And for us, it is the major tournament that to qualify. Yeah, to know who to qualify.
Good to qualify.
I standard to qualify for World Cup. And it to end out there, so PR yes Zifa is blunt. I skutombo dai ziroti
guys, we are guys.
This is what they need to learn. You go to the media. You give them the dates, the plans, the training session programs, the dinner events, the unveiling of kids, the departure time, and also the team unveiling chaichayu. You know to takatorara. And we are having an era of leadership, and whoever is in charge of communication is doing a shady job. And it. So guys, also can teach it.
What dress and Anna? What is shady? All right.
I was shady job. Can I teach the national team? Mauto dar wind. And it. Mimi. And it. Motizoni. Atikuda kutomboti media izi yoti training program zedu dzakadai so tichasunga musi wakati. On the final day yamuri kuti ndo musi wamuri kuenda maskati, you call out the media to come and witness zvamukuda kuita. And on top of that, the media do not even have access to interview the players. So what are we doing?
What was the media supposed to do there? Reynald, you are a sportscaster. What was the media supposed to do there? You're not allowed to interview the players. You were supposed to what?
Well, that is tricky because, as media guys, the duty is to set the agenda and you really want people to know to have a kumana agenda kwa AFCON. But if we have the guys not speaking, now it becomes a problem.
Yeah, but didn't Larry speak to one or two of the players?
Well, just one or two, but it's a privilege maybe that you got because of the bike, ZBC.
It's ZBC. Well, what about the others?
If you have that privilege, they probably missed out on that opportunity. And, media, in as much as it's plural, it needs to work in its pluralistic form so that it can be able to reach out to the masses. So the moment we restrain the media, tatokanganisa zvese. So even my numbers atakaona ukoko, there is an input yekuti the media was not even aware. Zifa
and if the media is not aware, the fans are not aware.
The fans are not aware.
That's
and
true.
Zifa rutokundwa ne-PSL. PSL inotibuditsira calendar of events. Tichadai so tozodai so.
Into the WhatsApp channel.
It on the WhatsApp channel. And that is a huge problem. I went on their page one of the days in Rutona Group, post yours, under 18 is nothing about the Warriors. And you're questioning yourself.
You know what? That's another interesting thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're posting about the under 18s.
Yeah.
I'm sure the media team knows where they're supposed to touch and where they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
But there is at least some information that you're giving about the training camp, like how it is.
Yeah.
They control the narrative and then feed whatever narrative it is to the rest of media. If it was more of damage control, is it not?
Well, it's a tricky situation.
Why should they always do damage control all the time?
You know what? I can understand your dirty linen in public.
Yeah, but
right?
the problem is
but you give people information that they need. If there are certain things that are happening in the background that you're fixing, you don't necessarily want it to then be spread because it will then blow up.
But
and then you don't have control over it.
Innocent, right now, if we just say Zifa, what comes onto your mind?
Bora.
Disaster.
Corruption. Anyway, Don't put me in a corner ever again. All right, guys, let's talk about. I think it's something that we've been hinting, but we haven't talked about really.
Yeah.
Is all right, good and fine. There needs to be damage control. They have to have some control over the narrative.
Yeah.
But why is Zifa not trusting the fans?
Right.
Trust the fans to say, if we give you this information.
Right. Zifa only trusts the fans that they buy tickets for
Hey, coach.
Wow.
all the time when they go for games. Whether it's in South Africa or in this tournament.
Mirai coach.
Yeah.
Varikubhadharwa. They might be lucky people, but they might be. But saka murikuti mimpane a certain segment of fans.
Maybe 10.
10.
Maybe
10,
10.
no, Zimbabwe.
They're not on payroll. But we only say-
17 million people in Zimbabwe.
But you know, when the national team travels,
Yeah.
or I'll give you an example, like South Africa, they take almost 3 or 4 supporters from each and every PSL team
Yeah.
to accompany the national team.
Yeah.
They are all funded for accommodation and transport and food by the association. Right. We've got an association of Zimbabwean supporters.
Yeah.
How do they get funding? If there is a dinner gala that is raising funds for the national team, it means they are part and parcel of that national team, because the fans become the number 12, the 12th man for you. Without the 12th man, you are nothing, to be honest with you. This is what Zifa has done to Zimbabwean football. Currently, the Warriors are nothing without the 12th man. The 12th man is the 15 plus million people rallying behind them, even if we are not there. But spiritually, we are with
We are
them.
connected with them.
But today and yesterday and the previous days and tomorrow, there is no connection between the fans and the Zimbabwe national Warriors team.
The last time I heard, they were still in transit.
You see? We are even asking
Could be.
ourselves.
We do not even know where they are. Tangoona picture ranakamba ari mudege tongofunga kuti vachiri kuroad.
Pamwe asati asumuka ndizvo.
But you also have to appreciate, guys. This is a new Zifa team, right? And it's not all bad at Zifa. There's some things that they do get correct. Let's not then perceive it as they got things wrong. This, on the other hand, they haven't handled it very well. But this is a new Zifa team that is coming in off the back of other Zifa administrators that came in that weren't exactly to par.
Yeah.
So you can understand that their fear of then being labeled because of our past experiences with Zifa administrators. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they want to keep everything in check, just to make sure that things don't blow up. Because remember, these guys are trying to change football. I'll put that in quotes.
How do you change football when you're doing the wrong things?
Well, that's what I said. Maybe this part of it they
You know,
got it wrong.
I was happy when I saw them rebranding the logo and rebranding everything, the offices, changing the locations. And I thought that this is a noble initiative. But
Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
When you're doing all these things,
Yeah.
you're changing the premises, the logo, rebranding.
Rebranding, yeah.
It's a cost,
Yeah.
inflated costs.
Yeah.
We don't know
That's another
that.
thing.
We don't know that. But what we can be certain about is that by doing the whole rebranding, right? Who are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Right? You want to change my perception as a fan,
Yeah.
as a football fan, as a
is the
football
goal.
stakeholder, isn't it? But then by doing that,
Yeah.
you leave me out of the things that
Matters the most.
that matter the most to me. That means the whole logo, the changing of offices just goes down the drain.
Yeah.
It's good work, but I'm never going to see it because you shut me out. You
For real.
practically said I'm not part of this national team and I have no business in it.
Because today, if you ask 10 journalists,
Yeah.
do they know the new premises of Zifa? They will tell you.
they
we
don't
don't
know.
I think
know.
I saw a couple of
But
pictures yesterday.
Yeah.
They sent pictures yesterday.
Yeah, but I
But
don't
how
know.
can you just send pictures yesterday when the national team left yesterday? You know,
Yeah.
you are already fighting the national team that is already going there.
Yeah.
You are saying, let us not concentrate about the departure. Let us
Let's
concentrate
concentrate
about
on
the
the
new
premises.
offices. It
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Let's have another day or another week for these offices to be shown to the people.
Reynolds, maybe should Zifa then have the to say, you know what, we will welcome criticism,
Yeah.
and we will deal with the criticism this way, but at the same time holding our mandate.
Well, you know, the moment we see them quiet, that means that they are not welcoming criticism.
Yeah.
And look at the reactionary responses. Anytime criticism comes, now let us react, let us firefight. So I feel like they should really invest into trying to make it more of a dialogue. I loved the initiative when they wanted us to vote for the kit.
That was
good, right? Not knowing if our votes were actually considered.
You see, this is why
in this
Zifa
election.
blocks me. The votes were clean.
Now look
The
at
pie
this.
chart was
The pie chart was removed. The last time I checked, after I voted personally,
Yeah.
I realized it was the Zimbabwean which was leading with about 87%, thereabout. Then the others were just in the minority and everything. But, you know, it was like 5 minutes later, I went back, the pie chart completely disappeared. And these are the concerns of the fans. And I saw comments on Facebook, on their page, fans questioning, why would you remove the pie chart? Because we want to track which kit is leading. And of course, now with the kit announcement, you see an outburst from the fans. And right now, my fans are told in a kit yacho. Are going to Morocco. Mama
Aba pamanopiweko.
it's true that it's in Morocco. Kita Saturday bata.
You know what? That's the other thing that probably Zifa didn't take into consideration. The fact that I know there were certain reasons as to why there was a backlash in terms of that.
Yeah.
But if there was communication around it, surely beforehand, then I would never think kuti no kiti yakashata.
Yeah.
Because ndatoudzwa kudhara anditi kuti kiti yakadai ndatomboona tumapikicha or something before unveiling, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. Secondly, ini ndakufunga manje kuti zvese murungu ndowandisira mudhara.
Yeah.
If we are seated here and we're coming, you guys are calling me kune podcast, and then you don't tell me what the podcast is about. I'm thinking you guys you guys want to grill me, you know. So there's that mistrust when there's no information between these two very important entities in football. That's Zifa and its fans as well.
Yeah.
The other thing is that it's one problem to the next, because atina kutaura ngoese we were not communicating. Takuchibvunzana manje kuti ma warriors mavhiravira ndeipi team yakaenda kuni, because bhazi ratakaona isusuka rasina kuti warriors.
ini pandakatotanga kutoonawo bhazi ndakatofunga kuti masapota ari kutoperekedzawo varikutoperekedza team. Later on utoona maplayer ndivari kutoburuka mubhazi iroro akomana.
And this is not the first time, it's not the second, it's not the third.
Why don't we learn as a nation? Why don't we learn
but you
as
know
a
what?
leadership?
You know what happens now is that if you do that, and we know how we are, we're going to ask who was influencing the selection, who was influencing everything that is happening with Zifa. Those questions are going to come up when
imagine Spain going to departing for Euro and they are in a Barcelona bus.
How will Real Madrid fans react?
react to that. And Real Madrid, most of Real Madrid's players are not in the
National team. But they will find a word to make war.
you know what I'm saying? It's not that it's bad. Well, it doesn't do good for Zifa.
No, it's a bad statement, to be honest with you. When we look at the Scotland bus, it's nice for Scotland, not for the national
not for
team.
the national team.
Let them keep their own bus and let Zifa purchase a bus meant for national activities. Today we are having a scenario where people are now doubting, like my name, doubting the team selection.
Yeah.
Now people have been going around that Scotland is now the national team B side.
B side.
And now you look the scenario. We've got a 16-year-old boy who is coming from Scotland in that national team, and he's not even going to get a single minute. You never know.
But it's still mind-boggling that would happen, because I'm sure we could have hired a bus.
True.
Wow.
And hiring a bus would have done us so much, because now we've got the media who's been shut out, right? We've got the fans that've been shut out, and then now everyone is going,
What's happening?
What's happening? You know, it just doesn't do well for Zifa, even if they're doing things right.
Yeah.
You know,
They're not doing things right.
even if, let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they're doing things right, but it's the little things like
Challenge and the errors that Zifa continue to make. We expect that if a new leadership is coming to lead Zimbabwean football, they must lead and making sure that they correct the past errors. We had scenarios where the national team will be camped at Yada Hotel. The influence of the owners, what will happen? We had incidents when Heren Charles would also assist with transport. Now, Cape United once did that also with their green bus. Now we've got Mavira Vira. Every time when we have other people who are not part and parcel of you, helping you out in this kind of situation, words will go around.
Yeah, but my point now is it's okay to help the Warriors.
Yeah.
It's fine. But does it necessarily have to mean, Kuti, if I want to transport or he wants transport, I give him my car? Or I can give him money for in-drive? Or whatever it is. You see now, because it makes sense.
Maybe Scotland is saying, we are bringing in new wheels, so, we want to give you these wheels, baby. So just
but the perception that you're now giving, it's a wrong picture. It's a wrong picture. Somebody, alarm bells should have rung if the moment that decision was made.
Even munhu dai anga akamira mustreet muna airport road memoya ane flag yakachida kuta goodbye to the national team paanoona bhazi rescotland pepeka anongoramba akadzikisa flag yake ngoti hai masapota escotland maplayers escotland ari kuperekedzawo chi national team panozonzi mota dzapfuura dzedziya akubvunza kuti ko nhai timu yacho iri kupfuura nguva iri zvotonzi yatomundege kudhara
media tinenge ichida kutora mavhidhiyo chiti national team yakuuya bhazi rodarika.
And what does that do? Because you remember with the advent of social media and everything, we're showing pictures of the national team coming off a bus. South Africans are watching, Angolans are watching, Africa is watching, the world is watching. It doesn't make number one the country look good. It doesn't make Zifa look good. So that's a problem. And the other thing is that we've had too much saga after saga.
Well, my saga.
We've had from Munetsi, Abubakar, the bus, the media being shut out,
the kids,
the kids.
The kids as well,
Even the dinner, nobody knew about the dinner.
Who, coach? Take a planner.
We are planning for failure, to be honest with you.
Did we know what we wanted to do here?
Whoever was leading Zifa or advising Zifa does not know what football is all about.
Was there somebody advising Zifa?
I don't think so. If there is
Because
somebody who's
here-
advising them, then he or she is not even qualified.
Reynold,
Yeah.
surely, if things were planned,
Yeah.
meetings were done, surely I can understand the Munetsi thing happens,
Yeah.
right?